Rhyno Smith made his Cell C Sharks debut in Super Rugby last year, impressing with rugby talent on the field. It turns out he is also equally talented at playing the guitar, a relaxing hobby he enjoys in between his training and match commitments. He was invited to fine-tune his skills with iconic Durban musician Nibs van der Spuy, who also happens to have a connection with several former Sharks players.
Yeah, today was a perfect getaway for me on our off day. Nibs being a big friend of Coach Rob and some of the management at the Sharks, it was just getting the invite was just a stretch of my imagination at best. To just come here to learn from a master of guitar like him, it's just been a pleasure.
I've got a long history with the Cell C Sharks, so having a little lesson with Rhyno Smith today is not really foreign, because I remember 15 years ago meeting up with one of the Cell C Sharks stars, Jeremy Thompson, who was a centre for the Cell C Sharks for many, many years. And Jeremy's a lovely guitarist and always took the guitar on the road with him. So I was always surprised to know that how many sports people, and especially rugby players, love music, and so many of them secretly play guitar. And for me, it's a really, really great joy.
Firstly, I wouldn't classify myself as a musician. I'm completely and utterly social. My family is very musical. Whenever we get together, there's not so much dance, but there's definitely song, there's singing, there's that fellowship in music, and it's formed a big part of our family's DNA growing up. And so it'll forever be that one thing that bonds us. Musical influences, I couldn't pinpoint exactly. I just know that I love acoustic folk music, and yes, who better to learn from than a guy like Nibs. Yeah, so the song I played for Nibs was a Stevie Wonder, Isn't She Lovely, and just such a beautiful song. I don't know, the groove has got me. I can't say that I exactly know what the words are about. I know he wrote it for his daughter, but for me, the groove, it's a catchy tune, it's a catchy riff, and so I'm a believer.
I always found over the years, for teaching for so many years, it's like I always learn from my student. So today, playing music with Rhyno Smith was a beautiful thing. He's not just someone who plays a few random chords, and which you get a lot of hackers out there who do. But Rhyno doesn't. He blew me away. He played that Stevie Wonder song, Isn't She Lovely? And it's got like a walking bass line. It's got jazz chords in it. It's got normal, regular chords. And he was on the money. He had the mojo.
I don't know, music plays a big role in rugby. Before a game, you're listening to music. After a game, I like to go home and just relax with music. So it's similar to an extent. Like rugby is supposed to be expressive for me. I try to always make it expressive.
There are parallels. Being a rugby player, you're at heart an entertainer. You're playing for 40,000 people. I'm predominantly on the road as a soloist, and I'll do shows in Europe to maybe 200 people. And yeah, it's you're putting your heart on the line, you know. And you don't want to disappoint them, because they've paid money to come and watch you, so you've got to deliver. So we've got the same responsibilities.
Both agreed that there are many similarities between sport and music.
For someone like Nibs, it's similar. He wears his heart on his sleeve, he writes a song, and he puts it out there for the whole world to see. And in a similar way, we play rugby in front of quite a few people, and then our hard work and our heart is there out on the field, and then sometimes people will just sit and maybe judge it and so on, but it still remains that one thing. It's an art form, and so it shares similarities in that. It's a perfect way for me to appreciate what's around me, wherever we may find ourselves at that time. We had our strategy camp a few weeks ago, and I took it there, and it was the most amazing thing. That we had like a sing-along with a group, not the best vocals, but you know, the fact that we can partake and just share in that it's special. It's like those things that you can never take it away from us now.
Okay, stretch it out there. I don't impose my way of playing on a person who plays guitar, because everyone plays with different styles. Wherever I see a potential in the player, I'll kind of like give something which can add to their playing, not take away from it. So I gave Rhyno some of my previous guitar workshops I've done in various cities around the world, and we're definitely going to meet up. We just had that instant rapport, so I'm sure like before I head back to Europe, we'll get together and exchange music and have a few lessons together.
Just a massive thanks to Nibs for having me at his beautiful house. It's such a beautiful view. Yes, the garden and everything is just amazing. And he invited me again, and so I'm gonna definitely take him up on his offer. And then yeah, I'll definitely try to learn a few more things from him.
Well, I'm looking forward to going to the tank, and instead of seeing Rhyno with a guitar in his hands, I'd like to see him with a rugby ball, playing his heart out for 80 minutes. No, like bring his girlfriend around, we'll have a dinner, and we'll just play, jam, and do some stuff.
She'll love it.
No.